Hello and welcome to my first ever video log. My name's Adrian Holland, or Adi, or Aid, whichever you prefer. My intention with this log is to show my journey, explain a little bit of my past, and also display the fact that no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter what the problem, you can always bounce. As it is, I've recently been diagnosed with a chronic illness, and recently I've hit rock bottom, and this log will, I hope, diary my journey through me learning to cope with what it is that I have and building some sort of life from there on in. So probably what I need to do in this first log is to explain a little bit about me and a little bit about how this will work. I was a middle manager professional in the transport industry, and as such probably worked too hard, too long hours, and had a habit, as most men do, to take little illnesses and little knocks and put them to the back of my mind for my career. As such, I've probably had what I've been prescribed as having for 25 years, 26 years, maybe slightly longer. And all I've ever done in the past is deal with the symptoms rather than seek any underlying problems. A little over 3 years ago, that was no longer possible, and so I set off on a long journey of trying to find out just exactly what it was that was wrong with me. One or two of you will probably know and recognise me from Health Unlocked and from Lupus UK. Both sites of which I wish to thank for their support and helping me through my journey so far. And one or two of you off that site will also recognise the fact that, against some of your better judgment, it has to be said, I actually had a couple of failed attempts to do a normal blog. My reasoning for that was that I am naturally quite wordy. I used to quite naturally not suffer from being able to put my thoughts and processes down into paper with ink, and so I thought that was possibly my best format for getting out what it was that was on my mind. And thanks to one or two of you who responded to me, it appears that was actually received with some encouragement. One or two people indicated that I happened to hit the nail on the head and describe exactly what it was that they were feeling in my own thoughts. As one or two of you had suggested, though, my journey was only just starting, and I was going to find it difficult to constantly keep up with any kind of schedule, to have the thoughts analysed, then put them down on paper and then produce the blog. And yes, I've got to admit that did prove to be the case. I took a bout of being ill, and I could no longer find the motivation or the time for the blog. So a friend of mine suggested a couple of weeks ago that some of the things that I have to say are quite important. Some of the things that I have to say, some people will find some help in, and also give me something to review on a strategic basis, to actually have some kind of record of what it is that I'm feeling, where I've been, what I've done, and my general day-to-day life. And so suggested that it was probably a good idea for me to do a video log, or vlog, whichever you prefer. Vlog, unfortunately, hasn't quite made it into my vocabulary yet, so you'll probably hear me identify this as a video log for now. Shut up, dog. Yes, I have a friend, Jasper, He's a bit of a pain, he doesn't like me talking to the camera. I've got to say, I don't like talking to the camera, but I hope as I get used to the equipment and get used to performing in front of the camera and having the camera around and on my life, that things will become a little more natural, a little more slick. My friend who suggested it pointed out the fact that I've recently rediscovered photography. I've also recently rediscovered the fact that I'm quite a good editor of photography. So if I put the two together, this should be a more natural format for me to get my thoughts and views over. What I will do, I'll put on at the end of this video, I'll put on various ways of contacting me, obviously my Twitter, Facebook and email and blah blah blah. For any of you that wish to feedback, please, feedback will be so essential for me to be able to keep this going forwards. What I hope to do is set myself a date that there will definitely be something up online, and what works best for me is that to tell you that there will definitely be some form of video update every Sunday round about lunchtime. There will definitely be something going on. What I will try to do as we go forwards is deal with any specific feedback, any questions, and make those the subjects for my Sunday updates, if you like. But I also intend to take a camera with me almost everywhere I go, and take some form of video log every single day about just the general stuff, about my day-to-day life, about how I'm feeling, how I'm bouncing back, how I'm coping with the depression. For those of you that are interested in what it is that I have been diagnosed with, so far, I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, polymyalgia, with overlaying CLS. So I have quite a lot in conjunction that's similar with people with lupus and various other illnesses, and that's why it took so long to get diagnosed. Those of you from the lupus site, you probably know that it can take anything up to about 7 years to get diagnosed with lupus. It's taken 3 or 4 years for me to get diagnosed thus far with what I have, plus the 20 odd years before that I tried to ignore it. So I've got quite a lot of knowledge base and dealing and coping with things base that will eventually, over the course of time, come out and be revealed. And hopefully I hope that you will find this entertaining. We'll have a laugh along the way. Possibly sometimes touching. Yes, there'll be a few tears. Yes, I do shed a few tears every now and then, because yes, life, even for me, sometimes life gets a bit much. But in the main, I hope you find it informative and helpful in some form of way. I've already made my mind up what it is I'll try to deal with and discuss for this Sunday's topic. I'm hoping that I can knock something together regarding my thoughts on the subject of two spoons. Two spoons and the two spoons theory is something that a lot of people on the lupus sites point you to almost straight away, and can have some limited effect, and can go some way to describing what it is that we're all going through. It has its limitations. It's been some help for me, so I'll go through how it helped me. I've also found some quite irritations that I found not so helpful. So if that's okay with all of you, what I will try to make this Sunday's discussion about is the two spoons theory. I've mentioned before Lupus UK and Health Unlocked, and there have been a number of people on there that have helped me through to where I am now. In the main, for the struggle that I had right at the very beginning, thank you Purple Top. Some of the stuff that you came out with and some of the directions you pointed me in and some of the determination that you told me that I would have to have, I've lent on that really, really heavily. So until next time, which will probably be tomorrow, but if not definitely Sunday, I'll have to say goodbye for now. Cheers. See you later. Keep your chins up. Don't do anything I wouldn't.